He was gone for good, or so we thought. But now, something impossible just happened. Ty Borden, beloved husband, father, and fan favorite, has come back. And Amy? She's speechless. What does it mean? Is it real? Or is something else going on? Let's break down the biggest twist in Heartland history. To understand the shock of Ty's return in Season 19, Episode 1, we need to go back. Ty Borden wasn't just any character, he was the heart of Heartland. From the very beginning, fans watched him grow from a troubled teen into a devoted husband and father. His journey with Amy was full of ups and downs, but their bond was unbreakable. Their love became the soul of the show, but everything changed in Season 14. In one of the most heartbreaking moments in Heartland history, Ty suddenly passed away. It was unexpected and deeply emotional. He had been shot while protecting a horse in Season 13's finale. At first, it seemed he was going to recover. He even walked around and spent time with Amy and Lindy. But in the first episode of Season 14, Ty collapsed and died from a blood clot. Just like that, he was gone. No warning, no goodbye. It left fans devastated, and Amy shattered. The show shifted after Ty's death. Amy had to figure out who she was without him. She went from being part of a strong couple to being a single mom. Her grief was quiet but deep. She kept going, for Lindy, for her family, for the ranch, but you could feel the weight she carried. There were no big breakdowns or dramatic scenes. Instead, Amy's sorrow was shown in small, real moments. Staring off in thought, speaking softly, holding back tears. It felt honest. It felt raw. Season 15 and 16 showed her healing journey. Slowly, Amy found new strength. She focused on her daughter, horses, and the ranch. She smiled more. She learned how to stand on her own. And even though Ty's absence was still felt, Amy made peace with it. She honored his memory while trying to move forward. By Season 18, she was beginning to rediscover happiness. Not the kind she had with Ty, but a quieter kind. She wasn't trying to replace him. She was just learning to live again. And then, Season 19 dropped the bombshell. The premiere episode brought back a storm of feelings that fans thought they had processed. Out of nowhere, something strange began to stir. A whisper of the past, a flicker of memory, and finally, him. Ty. Was it real? Was it a dream? Was he never truly gone? But before we dive into that shocking moment, let's take a closer look at where Amy was emotionally just before it happened. Her heart had healed, but not completely, and that's what made Ty's return so powerful and so painful. The calm before the storm. It was just another quiet morning on the Heartland ranch. The sun stretched across the fields like a warm blanket. Horses stirred gently in their stalls, and the sound of hooves echoed softly in the distance. Everything seemed peaceful, almost too peaceful. Amy stood by the paddock, watching Lindy brush their favorite mare. There was something comforting about it. The simple routine, the way the ranch still breathed life into her, even after everything. You could see it in her eyes. Amy had come a long way. She looked stronger now. Her smile, though small, felt real, not the kind she used to fake after Ty's death. This one had a spark, a sense of calm, a sense of acceptance. But healing doesn't mean forgetting and peace. It's often the silence before the storm. In these early scenes of Season 19, Episode 1, there's a softness to Amy's world, a gentle rhythm. She wakes early, tends to the horses, and pours her energy into work. She laughs more with Lindy. She even shares easy conversations with Jack and Lisa over coffee. It almost feels like life has finally settled, like the storm has passed, but something's off. It starts small, unseen almost, like a shift in the wind. Amy begins to feel it. At first, she can't explain it. A shiver at the back of her neck, a sense that someone's watching. One night, she dreams of Ty, standing in the doorway, smiling like he used to. She wakes up in tears, confused and shaken. Was it just a dream, or something more? Later, while walking through the pasture, Amy hears a voice, faint, familiar. She turns quickly, heart pounding, but no one's there. The horses seem restless too. One even refuses to enter the barn Ty helped build. It's as if the ranch itself senses something coming, something old, something unfinished. Lindy draws a picture. It's of their family, Amy, Lindy, and a man with short brown hair. "Who's this?" Amy asks gently. Lindy answers, "Daddy came to me in a dream. He said he misses us." Amy freezes. The color drains from her face. She doesn't know what to say. She nods, hugs her daughter, and tells herself it's just imagination. Just a child's way of remembering. But Amy can't shake the feeling. Later that day, while sorting old boxes in the barn, she finds Ty's jacket, still folded neatly, still holding his scent. She picks it up slowly, running her fingers over the worn fabric. The weight of it pulls her back in time, to long rides together, to quiet evenings in the loft, to all the words they never got to say. And then it happens. As Amy walks toward the house at sunset, she sees something in the distance, a figure, just beyond the ridge, standing tall, still, and strangely familiar. She stops, blinks, looks again. The shape doesn't move. Amy squints, heart pounding in her chest. The horses behind her grow quiet. The wind dies. Time seems to slow. Her breath catches. Ty. She whispers the name like a ghost, like a memory she's afraid to wake. The figure takes one step forward, then the screen cuts to black. The moment is brief, wordless, but it changes everything. Ty Borden, the man Amy loved more than anything, might not be gone after all. At first, she thought her mind was playing tricks on her. Amy didn't move. Couldn't. Her boots felt like they were nailed to the earth. The golden evening light bathed the ridge in a soft glow, but all she could see was him. That figure, standing still, silent. The outline was unmistakable, broad shoulders. That walk. That presence. It was Ty, but it couldn't be. Her heart beat so loud it drowned out the wind. She wanted to run, to scream, to cry, but all she did was stare, frozen between disbelief and hope. Then, he turned. Not fully, just enough for the light to catch his face. It was only for a moment, but that moment shattered everything Amy thought she knew. It looked just like him. Same eyes. Same calm strength in the way he stood. Same quiet storm behind the gaze. No one had eyes like Ty Borden. Not in this world. Amy took a step forward, whispering again, "Ty?" Her voice broke like glass. But before she could say more, the figure vanished, slowly, like mist fading into dusk. 1 second he was there, the next, gone. She ran to the ridge, breath short, eyes wide, but there was nothing. Just open field and wind, and a sky that felt suddenly too big. Back at the house, Jack noticed her silence. "You all right?" he asked, brow furrowed. Amy nodded, but her voice was distant. I think I saw him." Jack didn't speak right away. He just looked at her. The kind of look that held both love and worry. "I mean, I know it can't be," Amy rushed out. "He's gone. He's been gone for years. I saw him die. I watched him leave and never come back." Jack walked over, placed a steady hand on her shoulder. "Grief can bring strange things. Maybe it was just your mind, remembering." But deep down, Amy knew this wasn't just memory. It wasn't just longing. This was different. Over the next few days, signs kept appearing. A leather bracelet Ty used to wear, missing for years, suddenly reappeared on the kitchen table. Amy hadn't seen it since the funeral. She asked everyone. No one had touched it. No one knew how it got there. Then came the horse. Spartan, Ty's old horse, started acting strange, restless, refusing to enter certain stalls, pawing at the gate, eyes scanning the hills like he was looking for someone. And Lindy? She kept drawing pictures, over and over. Her, Amy, and Ty. She said he came to her in her dreams again, told her to be brave, that he was coming home soon. Amy started to lose sleep. Her days felt heavier. She began questioning everything she had accepted. What if Ty never truly left? Could it be possible he survived? That someone hid him? That he had lost his memory? Or was it something more spiritual? Something beyond understanding? Theories began to swirl, not just in Amy's mind, but across the Heartland fandom. Could Ty's return be a vision, a ghost, a twin, a flashback? Social media exploded the night episode 1 aired. Fans flooded comment sections. Did I just see Ty Borden? Was that a dream or is he back? No way they're doing this. I'm crying all over again. Even the show's trailer gave nothing away. No names, no credits. Just one haunting line from Amy. I saw him, and I don't know what's real anymore. The mystery deepened. Was Ty truly alive, or was this just Amy's heart trying to bring him back one more time? One thing was clear. The story was far from over. And for the first time in years, Amy's world had shifted again. But was it for better or heartbreak? What do you do when your heart dares to hope, but your mind says no? Amy couldn't sleep. Not really. She lay in bed, staring at the wooden ceiling above her, her breath shallow, her hands clenched under the covers. Her room was silent, but inside, it was chaos. She had spent years learning how to breathe again without Ty, learning how to smile without guilt, how to let go without forgetting. And now, just one glimpse, one flicker of a man who looked like him, and it all came crashing back. The grief, the love, the ache. What if she was wrong? What if it wasn't him? What if she was slipping? She closed her eyes and pictured him. Not the memory of Ty lying still and cold, but the real Ty, smiling, laughing, whispering to Spartan, holding Lindy in his arms. The way he used to look at her like she was the only person in the world. And now that face haunted her, because it wasn't just memory anymore. It felt real. Amy's world had been built on rebuilding, on strength, on putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how heavy. But what happens when the past you buried knocks on your door? The next morning, she avoided questions. Jack asked if she was okay. She said yes. Lisa offered tea. She said she wasn't thirsty. Tim, sensing something was off, pressed her harder. But Amy just gave him a tired smile and changed the subject. How do you explain the unexplainable? How do you say, I think I saw my dead husband, and not sound broken? Lindy, though. Lindy saw everything. That night, as Amy tucked her into bed, the little girl asked quietly, Is Daddy coming home soon? Amy paused. No script. No easy answer. Just silence. Then, she kissed her daughter's forehead and said, I don't know, baby. Maybe he already has. The truth was, Amy didn't know what was real anymore, and that scared her more than anything. If Ty was back, why now? Why in this way? And why didn't he speak? If he wasn't, then what was happening? To her, the emotional weight of that moment, of not knowing, became the soul of episode 1. Viewers weren't just watching a story unfold. They were feeling it with her, living inside the questions, the what-ifs, the aching beauty of love that refuses to die. Because when someone you love disappears, grief isn't just sadness. It's confusion. It's silence. It's rewriting your life, only for the old story to come back and ask, did you really move on? Amy had found peace, but peace doesn't mean freedom from pain. And hope? Hope hurts too. It reaches into your ribs and squeezes the parts of you that had finally begun to heal. The final scenes of the episode left that wound open. Amy walking back to the ridge every night, searching the hills, waiting for a sign, listening for footsteps, and each time, nothing, until the final frame, a note, Folded, left under Spartan's saddle. 5 words. Written in a hand Amy knew all too well. I never meant to leave. Black screen, no credits. Just silence. Fans were left breathless, some in tears, some in shock, all asking the same question: is Ty Borden really alive? Ty's note was only 5 words, but those 5 words shattered the stillness Amy had built around her heart. I never meant to leave. Just like that, the past wasn't past anymore. It was back, and real. The moment hit like lightning, silent, sudden, and completely life-altering. Amy stared at the note for what felt like hours. Her hands trembled, her breath caught in her throat. This wasn't a dream, not this time. The handwriting was his, the words were his. The weight behind them, only Ty could carry that kind of heartbreak in a single sentence. But that led to even bigger questions. If Ty was alive, where had he been all these years? Why hadn't he come back sooner? Why stay hidden? What could possibly keep a man like Ty Borden from his wife, his daughter, his home? Amy wasn't angry, not yet. She was too stunned for anger. What she felt was something deeper, something harder to name. Grief had rules. But this broke all of them, it said. Forced her to reopen every wound she had stitched shut. Forced her to rethink every memory, every step she had taken to move forward. But here's the thing about Amy Fleming. She doesn't run from hard things. Not anymore. The next day, she returned to the ridge. She waited. Hours passed. Nothing. She searched the woods. She called his name. Still nothing. But now she knew the truth. Ty was out there. Somewhere. Watching. Waiting. Maybe scared. Maybe lost. Maybe testing the water before diving into the life he once had. Amy couldn't predict what would come next, but she knew this. She wouldn't stop searching. Not again. And as for Lindy, her world lit up. She danced around the house, saying, "Daddy's coming home!" over and over like a song. Amy didn't correct her. Not this time. For the rest of the family, the news hit like a wave. Jack was quiet, deep in thought, eyes scanning the horizon more often than usual. Tim tried to stay skeptical. "You sure this isn't just your heart messing with your head?" he asked. But even he looked shaken when he read the note. Lisa cried. Not sad tears, not happy ones either. Something in between. The kind that only come when you've loved someone deeply and lost them twice. But the biggest question remains, where has Ty Borden been? And maybe more importantly, what will happen when he comes home? Because this isn't just a return, it's a reckoning. A return like this doesn't bring peace. It stirs everything. Love, guilt, confusion, fear. Will Amy and Ty be able to find each other again after all these years? Can you fall in love with the same person twice? After death? Or has too much changed? Heartland Season 19 has started with its boldest move yet. Ty's reappearance, whether physical, emotional, or something stranger, has shaken the ground beneath the ranch. And this is just the beginning. Because the next episode? It's not about if Ty returns. It's about why he left in the first place. Closing narration, voiceover style. Ending. Sometimes the heart holds on, even when the mind says it's time to let go. But when the past comes back knocking, you don't ignore it. You open the door and face whatever walks through. Ty Borden is back, and Heartland will never be the same. Stay tuned. Episode 2 will break everything wide open.